Hey, my name is Coach Cailah, and in this video, we're going to discuss the best training style for fat loss, building muscle size, building muscle strength, and total body endurance. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, and that you subscribe to me on YouTube. Always design your body. To be successful is to have a true grasp of exactly what it is that you want to do. Otherwise, you'll be in the gym doing this, doing that, you'll be eating here and there, and not really seeing the goals and results that you want to see. So in this video, we're going to discuss the 4 major things most people want to see. We're going to talk about fat loss. We're going to talk about muscle strength, muscle size, because they are different, and total body endurance. Make sure you pick one of these 4 that you truly want to focus on. Afterwards, we're going to discuss and go through the mechanics and the mechanisms of how to make this happen so that you understand exactly what to do in the gym to reach your goal. We've got 3 main energy systems that are going to produce energy for you to reach one of your goals of either fat loss, muscle size, muscle strength, or total body endurance. The first one we'll discuss is the creatine phosphate system. Now this is the big bang of the body. This is where you need energy right here, right now, quick, fast, and in a hurry. So anytime that I'm lifting heavy weights or I'm sprinting or I'm running from a dog, I'm going to be using the creatine phosphate system. It comes from phosphates that are already stored in my muscles. Creatine that is already stored in my muscles. It is readily available energy that I can use immediately without any sugar processes that the body goes through. Now, the creatine phosphate system does have a caveat. It only lasts for up to 10 seconds, and most people and kind of your elite athletes might get 20-25 seconds. So within this system, I know that I really want to focus on my sprinting, my high energy, my high intensity. But when it comes to the styles, I want to focus on building muscle strength. Now, I'm building muscle strength from 0 to 10 seconds. I can do up to 6 repetitions. So strength training, if you really want to build pure strength, you want to do 1 to 6 reps at a time of super heavy, of all out maximum weight that you can maintain. Now, our rest period, after we finish our first 1, 2, 3, or 6 repetitions, we want to rest for 2 to 5 minutes. The reason is, again, we have phosphates, we have creatine that are stored within our muscles. We want to give our body time to regenerate and replenish what we just used during that first set. So again, for strength training, for building pure strength, this is how I coach my powerlifters. When we're getting close to our competition season, we're doing 1, maximum 6 repetitions. Now our sets, we're going to do between 2 and 4 sets of 1 to 6 repetitions for straight strength. So the phosphagen system is the best energy system for building strength. Again, 1 to 6 repetitions, about 2 to 4 sets. And you want to take 2 to 5 minutes of total rest in between each set to make sure your body has replenished its energy substrates so that you can best build strength. Now the next system is the anaerobic glycolysis system. This energy system is going to derive its energy from glucose, okay? Anaerobic glycolysis, but also without oxygen. So the first part of my sprint, pure CP system, pure creatine phosphate. The second part of my sprint is going to move on over to my anaerobic glycolysis, again, without oxygen. Now what happens is where my body is going to take the glucose within my bloodstream and some glucose within my muscles and use that, break it down and produce what is called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. That is the energy currency of the body. So for my anaerobic glycolysis, the best thing that I want to do to focus on is hypertrophy. Now my hypertrophy training is going to be in repetitions. I'm going to do 6 to 12 repetitions. Because the anaerobic glycolytic system, that is going to last me from 30 seconds, maximum up to 2 minutes, okay? Maximum up to 2 minutes. So if you're an 800 runner or things like that. But again, if I want to focus on muscle hypertrophy, which is, ding ding, muscle size, I want to build massive size, I want to focus on 6 to 12 repetitions of as much weight as possible. Now the rest interval with that, my rest for building muscle size should only be 30 to 90 seconds. The reason is that ATP is produced inside the mitochondria in this system, whereas our creatine phosphate system, we don't need it, right? So when ATP is produced inside the mitochondria, it's going to produce ATP, but also lactic acid. Now, if you've ever heard feel the burn, or you're working out and your body starts to, your muscles really kind of burn, that is because of a buildup of lactic acid as well as hydrogen ions, which does not happen in the other system. That's why we need 2 to 5 minutes of rest. But here, I want to have 30 to 90 seconds of rest to help my body clear the lactate, clear the hydrogen ions, and re-prepare my mitochondria to, again, produce more and more energy. So anaerobic glycolysis is going to be the best energy system for me to use to produce muscle size. 6 to 12 repetitions. Now your sets are going to be between 1 and 6. You're going up to 6 or 2 and 6 sets for that. And also, again, 30 to 90 seconds of rest. So muscle strength, 1 to 6 repetitions, right? You can even do up to 6 or 4 to 6 sets for muscle strength. But your muscle size, your hypertrophy, you're going to do 6 to 12 repetitions, and you can do up to 6 sets on muscle size as well. The next energy system is what we call aerobic glycolysis, or the aerobic energy system, okay? Because the interesting thing about this is that unlike the other two, your CP or your anaerobic glycolysis, you actually need oxygen. Now with that energy system, that one is going to last from 2 minutes on. All right, so you're going to need oxygen to break down your glucose so that your body can derive energy from it. Cool thing is that when it comes to our ATP, all right, when it comes to our aerobic glycolysis, 1 molecule of glucose can produce 36 molecules of ATP. Again, ATP is energy currency. But check this out. 1 molecule of fat can produce 129 to 386 units or molecules of ATP for energy, which is insane. So when we look at glucose as an energy source versus fat as an energy source, fat is the much preferred energy source that we can use because we can go on and on and on without having to replenish our cells. Now, again, the thing with this one is that it does require oxygen to produce energy in the aerobic glycolytic system. Now, when we're looking at our bodies, imagine yourself in the gym, you're working out. You know when you're going hard, let's say you're on the treadmill, right? You're going hard and then immediately you have to slow down. What happened was an energy system switch. You went from anaerobic glycolysis, where your body doesn't really have to use a lot of oxygen to produce enough energy to sustain activity. You went from that to aerobic glycolysis, where your body will say, no, I need oxygen. We're going to slow this down so that I can breathe and create more and more ATP. Now, the cool thing with this, again, is that you can go off of glucose or off of fat. Again, we already know that fat is going to produce much more energy. So let's think about this. If fat produces more energy, why am I feeding myself a whole bunch of carbohydrates? You can really dictate what energy source you want to use. Do you want to use fat or do you want to use carbs? You can tell your body what you want to use based off of how you're eating. It doesn't automatically happen, but it's something that you have to train your body for. So anaerobic glycolysis, again, are for people that want to burn bunches and bunches of fat, and also, of course, work on your endurance training. But again, if you are a carbohydrate eater, a carb loader, you're not really going to get to your fat stores because your body will use carbohydrates first and it'll save fats to be used as energy at a later time. Now again, for aerobic glycolysis, it's going to take 2 minutes on to really start burning fat, 20 minutes on and on and on. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I just don't have a lot of time throughout the day to just sit on a treadmill, elliptical, and just kind of go and go and go. I ain't got time for that. You may, but what I decide to do instead is HIIT training. High intensity interval training is my preferred exercise choice. Now, I only go for about 30 minutes of HIIT training, okay? The reason is let's talk about this, okay? I do 30 minutes of HIIT training right here. I may burn about 400 calories in that 30 minutes. I do 30 minutes of walking or low intensity jogging. I may burn like 100, 120 or so. There is a huge difference of calories, though, yes, with lower intensity activities that are allowing my body to take in more oxygen are going to burn pure fat. That is a fact, right? We understand that it's all about the calories, not just pure fat. Because if I only burn 120, but here I'm burning 400, what is the main issue? Calories in versus calories out. It's a fuel flow issue, all right? So yes, we know that this burns pure fat. Cool, but again, if I can do high intensity energy activities that are going to demand much more calories to be burned from my body, I'm going to burn more overall calories and also more fat at the same time. The reason is because your body is so amazing. It doesn't just say, oh, I'm only doing this energy system. Oh, I'm only using this energy system. I can breathe, so I'm only doing this. Your body works on a sliding scale. That means that at all times, your body will be operating for the creatine phosphate, the anaerobic, and the aerobic glycolytic systems, okay? So your body will be using all of those systems in itself at the same time. It's just about how much. So if I know my body is using every single system, then why not bust my tail, spend less time in the gym, especially if I want to burn fat, this is the best thing for it, doing higher intensity activities, getting the biggest sweat, the biggest burn that I can. So this is the best way to burn fat, all right? It's high intensity interval training. I hope this video was super helpful, kind of a shorter one from me, but look, we know how to burn fat. Yes, you can do long duration activities like running, biking, rowing, swimming to burn pure fat for hours and hours, or you can do HIIT training or anything higher intensity. That could be sprinting, taking a rest, sprinting, taking a rest, or doing push-ups and then burpees and then squats or whatever else. We know about building muscle size. And building muscle size, I want to do 6 to 12 repetitions, about 2 to 6 sets for building muscle size. Now again, we know with muscle strength, I want to get stronger. So I want to do lower repetitions, and you already guessed it, higher weights. So I can do from 1 maximum up to 6 repetitions, and again about 1 to 4, maybe 5 sets for strength and actually building pure strength. My name is Coach Cailah. I hope this was helpful in the best ways to reach your goal. Design your body.